Dick Meyer, goedemiddag. I see that you like and you are dedicated to precolumbian art. Is that or collections?
Mainly archaeological, like Egypt, Roman. A lot of my interest is the
You there?
study and the interest in the cultures, because I buy the things here from old collections, and I never had the chance to go to Peru, but I was curious because I like the art of Peru, and I want to see in the museums there from Lima and Cusco what's really there.
So what do you expect to find?
The Peruvian cultures go back, and then it's the ceramic period until 2000 years BC in the north of Peru with the Chavin culture. And I'm always excited that I have a piece of pottery from that culture, and it's 1500 years BC, and it's so high quality and so very development technique that is for me amazing, and I hope to see in the museums in Peru more of that.
So you're going to visit Machu Picchu and the twin city?
Yes, I will.
And do you think there is still a lot to find there, right?
What do you mean?
A lot to find in terms that maybe there is work with archaeologists?
I have done archaeological work here in Holland for 12 years.
Oh.
Yes. That's why I'm interested in the old cultures. But what I expect to find in like Machu Picchu, then also the culture. Yeah.
And so you've been studying the culture, I suppose?
No, not really the Incas, but more the moche from the north of Peru. Yeah, but I don't visit that because it takes too much time. So I go now to the south of Peru, to Lima, Cusco, Ica. I want to see Ica because you don't see very often pottery from the Ica culture. It's not very known, but I have in my own collection a few pieces, and I want to see the Ica museum what they have made more, and what for kind of shapes for pottery.
So in between the pieces you have, what is the nicest you have?
My nicest piece? Yeah, I think that it's not here at the moment, but I think that's a piece of textile, a very nice piece of South Peruvian textile from the Nazca.
Oh, nice. And
there's also one house. Yeah.
And how long ago did you start with this?
I started with the shop. I think 18 years ago. Yeah, and then I also sold Dutch pottery like Delftware, Chinese pottery, and all kind of normal antique. But it was for me a little bit boring. I have another shop, and there came a lady in my shop, or two old ladies, and they asked me if I want to buy from them a little figure from the Indian culture from Ecuador. And I like to buy all kinds of things, so I bought that piece from the lady, and then she said, I've worked there on the embassy in Ecuador my whole life, and now I'm retiring and coming back. She sold her collection from 150 pieces to me.
Oh, and you got the 100? you start a la grande.
Yeah, but it was not special high things. There were also a lot of fragments and normal pottery. But I was going to find out what I bought exactly, from which culture, and then so on and so on. I found.
You had to study a lot about these cultures, I suppose.
Yeah.
And is it something that has been impressing you from all what you've been learning?
Is often by the art dealers put in the category of ethnographical art. But I also deal in Egypt and Roman, and that's between the cultures, also only in the time. They are different in their expression, but the background is the same. Yeah, and I think that the world will be amazing. Like the city, what they found in Peru, in the Amazon, a few years ago, the big grave of the Lord of Xipan in the north of Peru was very amazing, and I think there will be more. So that the pre-Columbian culture will be an archaeological culture and not an ethnographical culture.
For what I know, this culture, at least the Peruvian Incas, they were not warriors. Is that correct?
The Incas, they were not, they were warriors, but not warriors like the Aztecs from Mexico. But the Incas were more with diplomatic, with the system.
Because they were teaching, at least they have in their Incas post that arrived till the south of Chile, they were responsible of teaching all the Indians from the south how to cultivate the ground, how to work with textiles, and all that kind of thing.
I don't know if they were teaching that. No, I think they were in Chile. They were found in Chile from the little mummies there. With textile, they are dated going back to 5,000 years BC. So the people from Chile know how to make textile. And I only think, and in whole Peru, in the Moche culture in the north, they make textile. 2500 BC, you had also the textile period. They didn't know, so they know earlier textile than ceramic. But I think the Incas is a little bit like a communistic society. They said to the people, you must make your textile on that way. And we want to have that your clothes, wearing what you're wearing, must on that way. Like Chinese in the Mao period, with all the Chinese clothing in. Yes, that's the Incas.
Well, as I say, what I learned is that they were sending people to teach how to build all these products. And now another question: how can you be sure that some of these pieces are really old and they are not fake or made a couple of years ago and put in the magnetron to make it look old or something?
That's very difficult to answer. But because but you don't only study in the culture, but you also go to study in the material. And then sometimes on the flea markets in Holland, I buy, let's say, what the people buy there, the tourist people buy in Peru. I buy those pieces for not so much money, and I break them, and I see how the new pieces were made. But the big point is, you can say it in words, it's like the German said, it's a Fingerspitzengefühl. Not really, but the feeling. When you have the piece in your hand. When you have a piece in your hand, it's a fake, you feel it. That's why it's difficult to explain. But you build the feeling up in the years that you are working with it. Yeah.
So you are not a collector, you are a dealer. Is that a good business?
Now, I'm not a collector. Because otherwise you don't see the art pieces. You don't learn to pick out the art pieces. So you must also be a collector. Yeah.
Is it a lot more people doing this business as you do?
No, not. There was a lot of business in Holland, especially in Amsterdam. I think in the 60s there were 5 shops with precolumbian objects. Not all precolumbian, but just like me, but then not with archaeological things. But then there came a lot of fakes on the market. And because the fakes, the people don't believe it anymore in it, and so it was passed away. And for many years there was no shop, but I started with it because I like it. Yeah.
Dick, please, how do you get all these objects?
Now, so as I say earlier, in the 60s, there were 5 shops in Amsterdam, and also a lot of collectors. And those people were here in Holland, but also in Germany, in Belgium, in France, and sometimes on the market in New York. But I also buy collections from people who are working there in the countries, with retiring, coming back to Holland, and then they keep a few pieces for themselves as a remembering, and then I buy from them the rest.
It's not that people come here to your shop to offer you things.
And shop. And also a lot of colleagues of me know that I buy precolumbian, so when they see in the country something from precolumbian, they say, "Hey Dick, something precolumbian," and I go there. But the people often think here, who are visiting my shop, that they think from, oh, he's been in Peru with his shovel, and he's in Egypt with his shovel, and he's in Rome with his shovel, and I dig it up by myself. But that's not true. Kijk, I know now, for many years, it's not allowed. I don't say it will not happen. Of course it happened on the black market. But as I say, in the 60s, until the 60s, 70s, everything was free. Egypt sold the antiquities, Mexicans sold the antiquities from Peru, everywhere. And it's all coming to Europe, mainly Germany, Holland, and England. Oh, and that collections that I'm buying now.
Very nice. Yeah. Well, I wish you success with it, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you. This is nice.
Again, please.
This is nice. It's a very nice piece because he has all his original paint on it. Also with the other pottery, what always now is have this ceramic color, is all the paint gone. And this is one of the first pieces I buy where the paint is still there. It's nice, huh?
Yeah.
It's from Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, Veracruz. Nice, huh? The birds. But you know, that's also what I like in the old cultures. Yes. Every object says something. This is for us it's a bird. Yeah, but for the people, it was a card. Yeah.
God.
The messenger between the earth and the life above. Yeah. Nice, huh?
Yeah.
It's from Colombia, from the Chinú culture.
I see.
Yeah. From 800, 1200 after Christ. So it's now more than 1,000 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. Not this, hè? This not. Only this. Mag het niet? Huh? Ja? Hoezo? Nou, gaat het gewoon niet. Huh? Nee. Ja.
A necklace?
Yeah, very rare.
For a special...
Easy.
Sorry, from where?
From the south of Peru.
Nazca.
Yeah, Nazca. Proto Nazca.
They're supposed to be faces.
Yeah.
Looks like the sea. Here on the picture, it looks like the sea. Come and have a look.
They look like that?
Sea, the ocean. And their faces, right?
Yeah.
Hello friends from Latin Life. Today I have here with me my friend Gregorio from Laberinto, and we are going to see what he can tell us. He, by the way, is one of the most popular Latin Americans playing in rock and that kind of music. Hello Gregorio, how are you?
Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, fine, I'm very good, yeah.
Great. Tell me, I've seen you many different places, but could you tell me how long have you been arriving to Amsterdam, and what has been your work, and where you been playing?
Yeah, well, I've been in Amsterdam already for 7 years and a half. Long time already. Yeah. Well, basically our first priority, our heart, the main reason that we are here is our real band, Laberinto.
Well, what kind of music Laberinto plays, the people who haven't seen you?
Yeah, well, that we play is we are a crossover band. We play Latin American rhythms with hardcore together. So it's a weird mixing. We actually, that style we are calling it Meta Latino. Is that people...
Meta Latino, it's a mixture of...
metal, hardcore, we can say it, and a lot of Latin American rhythms. So we work with rhythms from Cuba, rhythm from Puerto Rico, rhythm from Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, all those Latin American rhythms. We try to fix it into the metal music. So well, we've been doing kind of well. We've already recorded 2 albums, and this year we're gonna have 2 CD releases. One is gonna be in August. It's gonna be our live album that we got a completely full session. I mean, full band. We got in the trombone we got a guy called Cheo Hurtado. That he's all the way from Venezuela, play with a famous band there called Desorden Público.
Desorden Público. Yeah,
it's a ska band. And then we got also Gerardo Rosales that you interviewed once.
In between other big ones.
Yeah, also we got Tomás Fajardo and the Congas used to play also a lot around here. The complete session of guys who play with also in the horns with Gerardo Rosales. So we got a lot of fun that day, so we record that and we make a live album. It's going to be released in the end of this month. And
how is it called?
It's going to call Laberinto Live. So we're
Laberinto Live.
I will feel live album.
And tell me, in this music you play, it's so you've been doing new arrangement for all versions of known Latin American music, right?
Yeah. It's the thing is, we are trying not to be radical. We are trying just to go forward in that thing. I mean, we're trying always to put everything together. Yeah,
But I divide the music in 2 types. I divide the music in music with feeling and music without feeling, because I think this synthesizer and all this techno music is no feeling at all. So somehow you are putting the feeling into that kind of music, or is it something different?
Yeah, we don't use the only computer that we use is our head. So, and of course we got some technology, but the most of the thing that we do it for ourselves. That's the way that you make music with feeling. I don't got anything against music of with computer and stuff like that, because it's one way or another is the future, yeah.
Yeah, but I think in the future you cannot exclude feeling. I think the role of the music is to make you feel the same as any other art, and when there is no feeling, then I think that the role is gone.
The Spanish is going out of me. It's like music without feeling is no music, yeah? Is that what we've been talking about?
Yes.
But sometimes you need also machines to make music.
Yes.
And now with new technologies are developing so many things that help a lot of musicians and also take musicians away sometimes. That is not good either. But well, we are dealing with that anyway.
So tell me, what make you take Amsterdam as your base place?
Amsterdam is the best city of the world. I think the freedom of whatever you are, whoever you are, you can be on here with freedom. If you know what I mean. The thing is, everything is so peaceful, and music wise is really also cool. So you can do really whatever you want if you really want to do it.
I see.
Well, the thing is, what I didn't find on my own countries and other countries that I've been found here in Holland, especially in Amsterdam. For me, Amsterdam is my second city. My first city, of course, is Caracas when I born. But Amsterdam is the city that I think I'm gonna die. So yeah, I really love it.
So you love Amsterdam?
With all my soul.
That's nice.
With all my soul, really, I really do. Yeah.
You told me that you were here already for 7 years. How did you arrive to Amsterdam for first time?
Well, there was a choice that I was trying to do for many years before that. That's a really funny story. I was always telling to my father, one of these days I'm gonna leave this country. I'm gonna go looking for my dreams. It's like playing in front of a lot of people and record and be with a band that people is going to respect. And my father said, well, I really hope so, but then you have to do it. And then every day I was telling to my father, Daddy, one of these days. And then one day I said to him, Daddy, I'm going to go.
I'm going to fly away.
Gregorio, don't come with that story anymore. I'm tired that you're telling me the same thing every day. Every day you're telling me the thing. I said, Daddy, here is my ticket. I'm going away in 15 days. He was like, oh, really? Really? You are leaving already? Yeah. I'm going to make my dreams come true. And I'm gonna fight for it.
And that's the way you arrive straight to Amsterdam?
Yeah. Then I go already. Laberinto was already former here with another bass player. I was not playing with them. I was just looking for fortune and do the thing that I really want to do. So by the time the bass player, for personal problems, he left the band and he left actually the country. He's back in Venezuela, a really good friend of mine. They can get inside the band, and then we've been fighting every day against everything, yeah? Even playing in the street. There was a time that we've been living in squads and stuff like that. New times, that was, let's say, 92, something like that, 92, 93. And then we meet this guy called Hervé Visayan. Is our actual manager. He used to get a program in the local Amsterdam TV called Cold TV or Pure TV, something like that. So we met him. He was doing his program in Maso. I remember that. So I come to him, I knocked the door. Hey man, we're a band. And, okay, well, come next week. In Maso, in that time, they used to do the shooting of the program. And then we just came a bunch of Venezuelan got there. Okay, let's play. We connect everything. When we start to play, everybody was like, because we jump a lot when we're playing. Yeah, so it's like,
what is this?
Everybody was coming like they don't know what to see. If look and listen to the music or just look us jumping around. So we got a lot of fun that day, and then from that day he really fall in love with us, and we fall in love with him. So it was, let's say, the relation between our manager and us is more than manager and the musicians. Is like father and son.
Wow, that's very nice.
It's something completely different.
And talking about father and son, I see that you have a child. Is it difficult for you as a musician to raise your child?
Well, not really. I mean, I think it's difficult already to be a father. It's really difficult. Yeah, well, he is the love of my life. I love him with all my heart. He's growing and getting bigger, and I love him. I mean, he's a piece of me. I think he's gonna be a drummer one day. I'm not gonna push him. I'm gonna just let him to do whatever he wants to do. But
that's your dream, your second dream.
Well, could be. Whatever he wants to do with his life is gonna be his choice. Of course, if he's gonna be a musician, I'm gonna give everything I didn't have. So, yeah.
What's your new dream?
My new dreams. Well, my new dreams are: I want to have a mansion. I want to have 6 cars. I want to have a swimming pool of champagne. My dreams now, my real dreams are, well, first, make the band, we all of us work really more hard in the band and make it more famous than it is already. Play all around the world. This is something that I really want to do.
A world tour.
I want to do a worldwide tour one day in my life before I die. And well, I live enough to see this little one being big. I'm being happy.
Hey, by the way, this is a normal question, a regular question to everybody. Do you believe in God?
Of course I do. Of course I do. I know that somebody's there watching for us. It's something. I don't know. Nobody knows if it's a woman, if it's a man, or if it's both. But it's something there. It's something there that...
Well, it must be both, because doesn't exclude nobody, I suppose.
Nobody see it until you are dead. If you are dead, then you can see God, if he's a God. But for sure, if it's not a God, it's not a devil. But if it's a God, it's a devil there. So, so we have to take care about it.
So for who do you work?
Well, let me tell you that, yeah. If it's music in heaven, I will go there straight away. Okay. And if it's music in hell and it's no music in heaven, then Satan is going to wait for me there because I'm going to make a party there over there. The moment,
Great.
All my family also is really religious, really Christian. My mother, my father, all of them. But I'm always being really clear about it. Like, everybody do their own destiny. Yeah.
Well, I don't think everybody reached their own destiny.
But you can work a lot on it.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. If you want to be rich,
well, maybe that's not your destiny.
Of course, I'm not rich. But if you win the lotto, it's another story. But what I mean, everybody can work in their own destiny, do whatever they want to do. But also, if you work on it, if you work with it, but you cannot expect that everything is gonna come from heaven.
No.
Like, no, I want to be a doctor if God wants. No, that you have to. If you want to be a doctor, you have to study. You have to break your ass off. Simple as that.
In every way, I think you have to do a little effort and be a little bit positive at that.
Of course, you have to have a faith for something. You have to really be faithful. But it's like you cannot leave all the work to the guy that is up there. Yeah, you have to do the part. Yeah.
Okay. It's new in your future. I mean, you're presenting a CD or something these days?
Yeah. Well, that we're going to happen is in the end of this month. It's going to be the live album release that we already recorded actually in Milky Way. Yeah, how I'm telling you. In the beginning of November, 2nd of November, is going to be our new CD presentation with our new album. It's going to come style.
Is it a real new style?
That's the real new thing. And it's we're gonna have a support guys from Venezuela, also called Agresión, as a hardcore band, and another famous band, really old, also from Brazil, is called Ratos de Porão. They're gonna be touring around. They're gonna be in our show.
Ratos de Porão.
It's a really famous band from Brazil, and really old. So yeah. The guys are kind of legend. And then, well, they're going to be the support of our concert, and then we're going to do our show. We expect to do a lot of things. We're going to have a lot of new surprising things to do.
I see. And you've been playing also in other countries around Europe?
Well, Laberinto already play almost all Europe already. Let's say the only place that we didn't play is in Norway, I think. But already in 12 countries we've been doing shows and showcases and tours and stuff like that.
And your CDs are also sold in those countries?
What? Sorry?
Your CDs?
Well, in Spain, in France, also in Germany, some other countries, but it's like the band is just being developed, not that much, but it's there. It's there. It's the main thing. And of course, in Venezuela, in Colombia, the last year, when I was looking for this little one over there.
Yes, I see that you like Holland and you like Amsterdam, and apparently you married a Dutch girl.
Yeah, in January actually. I will jump in the water for the second time. Yeah, with my lovely girl.
The mother of your child.
And well, she's not the mother of the child, but she loves him like she is also.
Lucky you. Yeah. Lucky you then.
Yeah, and last year we got a concert, really special concert in Colombia. It was a festival called Rock al Parque. There were 250,000 people there. So we've been playing 2 days in the main stage in the same festival. The first day we got 125,000 people, and the second day we got 80,000 people. The second day.
And tell me, what make you take Amsterdam as your base place?
Amsterdam is the best city of the world. I think the freedom of whatever you are. Whoever you are, you can be on here with freedom, if you know what I mean. The thing is, everything is so peaceful, and music wise is really also cool. So you can do really whatever you want if you really want to do it. Well, the thing is, what I didn't find on my own countries and other countries that I've been found here in Holland, especially in Amsterdam. For me, Amsterdam is my second city. My first city, of course, is Caracas when I was born. But Amsterdam is a city that I think I'm gonna die. It's a city that I think I'm gonna die. So yeah, I really love.
So you love Amsterdam
with all my soul.
That's nice.
With all my soul, really, I really do.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Everybody.
Thank you very much. And I hope to see all the people there 2nd of November in the Max in Milky Way.
2nd of November, you're playing there.
In the Max.
Well, everybody's invited.
Everybody's invited to dance and jump with the head.
That's great. Thank you very much, Gregorio.